guys, welcome to my channel today. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to show you 5 affordable perfumes for the cold weather, and for affordability I am pegging the maximum price at $50 US. I usually don't talk price on this channel because this is not a very thriving perfume market. Yeah, so this is not the US, it's not Europe. I stay in Nigeria. The perfumes come in quite expensive and all of that. But I am pegging the price point at $50, so it gives you a sense of what I mean when I say affordable. Now, the reason I'm saying these perfumes are affordable is because based on their performance and just how they smell and the quality of these perfumes compared to their designer and niche counterparts, they're good. So let's get right into it. But before we do, my name is Anne. This channel is Scent Solutions and we talk all about perfumes here. So let's get into it. Starting with White Diamonds Night by Elizabeth Arden. I was put onto this by, I think it's 50 cents UK. Yes, that's the first time I got introduced to this perfume. She's a YouTuber. She makes perfume videos and I love watching her channel. She was the one who mentioned this. It caught my attention just the way she described it. White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor, of course, is a vintage perfume, yeah? Very aldehydic, it has all the attributes of your typical vintage perfume, but don't think about that when you think about this perfume. This is the younger and more wearable and elegant sister to White Diamond. So when you spray this, you get the initial opening burst of the apricot and the citruses. In the middle, there's some jasmine as well. And, there's jasmine. I think there's freesia in the middle. To me, freesia is quite tricky, but I think it was used very, very well in this perfume. And at the base, you have that resinous quality. There's sandalwood to give it some creaminess. There's some patchouli and there's musk. In this perfume, I definitely get the powderiness at the end of all of this, and that is where the beauty of this perfume lies. 1 hour into this perfume, that's where everything everything comes to play. All the notes come together in this very beautiful powdery base, and I love it. This is fantastic for cold weather. I would wear this out to a black tie event. I would wear it to a party at night, but I kind of see that this is more suited to that womanly, elegant aesthetic. So if you're trying to feel a bit grown up, you're going to an event that requires you to be mature and all of that, this will do, because this gives you the right balance between retro and, contemporary, if I could use those words. So it is absolutely amazing. You're going to continue to get wafts of it, especially if you spray on your clothes. And if you layer this with maybe like a vanilla body lotion, stunning, guys. Check this out if you have it anywhere around you. Next up on the line, I have one that I don't see talked about quite often. This, I've never even seen it before in any video. It's called Valencia Eau de Parfum. This one is by a house called Miguel Mara. I think it's a French perfume house. Now, this is, to me, La Vie est Belle with a Middle Eastern twist to it. That's how this smells to me. I don't see the notes anywhere, but I suspect that in here would be some florals, maybe some musk at the base as well. There's some sweetener in here. I'm not sure if it's praline. Because I can't see the notes, of course, I'm just making this up. But generally, I think what I get from this is a very sweet floral, musky, but then toned down with a bit of maybe incense. I'm not sure if it's incense, but there's something in here that prevents it from stepping on over the overly sweet realm. This one, like I said, is your La Vie est Belle with a slight Middle Eastern twist to it, and I love this. This is extremely long lasting. It's very potent, you know, so you're going to smell it on you for the longest time. You can spray this on your coat or whatever it is you're wearing to protect yourself from the cold, and this will last you the whole day. This can be worn during the day and at night, and it is just a very beautiful, sweet perfume. So this is Valencia from Miguel Mara. Now, next up is another one that I've talked about on this channel, and I described it as being similar to the likes of Safanad by Perfumes de Mali. Safanad and Athalia, it kind of leans in that direction for me. And this is Fifth Avenue Royale from Elizabeth Arden. Now here it is in this, again, beautiful gold bottle. The bottle reminds me of White Diamonds Night. They kind of have the same aesthetic. Again, this is a different take on an Elizabeth Arden fragrance. To me, if you're just getting into the more woody, leathery, spicy notes for women, I think this will do it. I actually think this is unisex. My husband uses this. Tells me it reminds him of the vulgary male perfumes, right? So this is definitely a unisex perfume. Now this one has a liquor note in the opening. There's raspberry and orange blossom. Then, you know, in the middle there's your patchouli, cedar, there's a libanum. There's something called cypriol oil. At the base, there's a suede note, there's amber wood, there's musk and labdanum. So this one definitely has all the spiciness and the aromatic accords that give it that unisex feel, and I love this. Again, there's leather playing in here. I love this perfume. When you first spray it, you definitely get that liquor note, so it's already putting you in that very warm mood. But then the raspberry and orange blossom and the bergamot help to balance the liquor and don't make it go over the realm of being too boozy. Now the patchouli in the middle gives it some earthiness. That cedar note also comes through as well, and then of course you get all the other aromatic notes. There's this very smooth transition from the mid to the dry down, and it almost feels like you can touch that smoothness, and I kind of feel like that's the suede doing its thing. You know how suede feels? I can kind of picture that in how this perfume evolves on my skin. There's just something very smooth, very smoky, very sexy. This is sultry, sexy, amazing. Guys, this perfume can compete, in my opinion, with any niche or, you know, perfume of this nature. It is great. It's deep, it's rich, it is spicy, it is amazing, guys. Amazing. As a woman, you wear this, you'll feel very sexy. This one to me is a date night fragrance. Well, I love this perfume. That's all I'm trying to say, is that this is the bomb for the price point. Amazing, amazing, guys. Try this in cold weather. You won't regret it, especially if you're somebody who kind of gravitates towards the more unisex leaning perfumes. This will be your jam. Okay, next up I have two rose fragrances, actually, because I think we can always do with some more rose in our lives, can't we? Now this one is from a house called Latafa, and this perfume is Velvet Rose. Beautiful bottle, a bit gaudy, but I mean, to be honest, the Middle East fragrance houses, one thing they will do is they will make a very, very over-the-top bottle. That's what I've noticed. They put a lot into their bottles. It may not be the most expensive quality, but they'll, you know, they'll put a lot into the design of the bottle, and I give them props for that. And the packaging of these fragrances also is amazing. So with Velvet Rose, we have accords here of amber, musky, patchouli, woody, balsamic, spicy, earthy. But the notes here are rose, patchouli in the opening. There's labdanum, musk in the mid, and there's musk amber at the base. Now, when I wear this, this is definitely a rose oud perfume, but it is amazing, guys. Amazing. This is the name personifies this perfume actually, because it feels like velvet. When you spray this, it feels very fruity, funny enough, in the opening. It doesn't even feel like it's rose. I mean, I don't see any fruits listed here, but to me, I get a fruitiness in the opening mixed with the rose. It does say rose and patchouli, but I get a fruity rose in the opening. In fact, the opening reminds me somewhat of Trésor Midnight Rose. Yeah, that's what the opening of this reminds me of actually. And then as it dries down, you start to get the musk, you start to get the amber notes, you know, in the dry down, and that's what gives you that oudy type of feeling. But this is an amazing take on a rose oud type of fragrance. It is amazing, amazing. This one will last and last. It's a new acquisition for me, but I can still smell it on my clothes like a week later because I haven't washed those clothes, right? So it will definitely give you value for your money. You're going to get that rose, but it's not rose in an overly mature way. No, it's a young, fresh, sweet rose. That's what this smells like, but then has a lot of all them ambery, musky notes for balance. Absolutely amazing. You will love this for the price point. Now, last on today's list, another one from the house of Frank Olivier, and this one is called simply Bella. So this is Bella from the house of Frank Olivier. I like this bottle. I think it's pretty. It's simple and just really pretty. Now, what's in here? It's a fruity, rose, woody, fresh, sweet, citrus fragrance. Again, those are some of the accords, but the notes are raspberry, lychee, and lemon in the opening. Turkish rose, lily of the valley in the mid, and then at the base you have amber, vetiver, white cedar, and musk extract. Now tell me in the comments what this note structure reminds you of, but this one is a very pretty girl fragrance. That's how I describe this. Just a very happy-go-lucky fragrance. I love this. This one is summer and winter appropriate, in my opinion. Like, it's cold weather, hot weather. It's that kind of perfume that will do what you want when you want it to. So I would spray this in the cold weather. It's amazing for lasting, so it would give you that tartness in the opening with the lychee and the lemon and the raspberry, but then the middle is very floral with the lily of the valley and Turkish rose. So you get that rose accord, and it comes through very strongly in the middle, and then at the base all the musk and the cedar help to ground the fruitiness and the floral notes as well. So this one is a very, I would say, run-of-the-mill formulation in terms of if you compare it to its other counterparts in the designer world. There are a lot of fragrances that have a similar note profile, but I find this to be very beautiful because it does last very long on me, and then because of how the notes evolve, there's something very warming about the florals in the middle. You know, it's not heady. It's not overly heady. It's kind of like that bright spark in cold weather. People tend to gravitate towards the vanillas and the spicy accords and everything. But if you're a rose lover or you like the happy, uplifting type of fragrances, this can help to lift your spirits in cold weather. And I love it. So guys, there you have it. These are my 5 picks for affordable perfumes to wear in cold weather. Let me know what you think if you've tried any of them. Look forward to seeing you on another video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.